Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome to something I don't do very often, and that is head into Timeless. And one of the reasons I don't do it often is because I don't make money from this channel, or not a lot of money. Timeless is very, very expensive because of all the wild cards. But in Avatar The Last Airbender, in the extra set, we got the Boy in the Iceberg, which is a alternative art name version of Dark Depths. Dark Depths is a legendary land that doesn't produce mana. It enters with 10 ice counters on it, and you can pay 3 to remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. And when Dark Depths has no ice counters on it, we sack it. And if we do, we create Marit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. Now, when Dark Depths was originally printed, I don't know when, but quite a while ago, it was a lot harder to remove creatures that we've had indestructible. Exile was a lot less prevalent. Now it's not as strong as it was then, but it's still very, very powerful, especially if you can get it out on turn 2 or 3, which is very, very doable. And obviously, so our deck is built around getting it out early. And obviously we're not going to spend 30 mana removing all the 10 ice counters. So the ways we can do it are 1, Vampire Hexmage, a 2 mana 2/1 with First Strike. That's not relevant, but we can sack the creature and remove all counters from target permanent. We don't have to tap it, so we can do it as soon as it comes down. And the other one is Thespian Stage, which we have seen in the Lotus Field combo deck. Taps for colourless, but also pay 2 and tap it. This land becomes a copy of target land, except it has the ability. If we copy Dark Depths, it will turn to Dark Depths. And so Dark Depths, it's not triggered when you remove, say, the last ice counter. It's just at any point, if there are no ice counters, you sacrifice it. So if you turn Thespian Stage in a Dark Depths, you will legend rule yourself, but you keep the Thespian Stage version. It will have no counters on it. It will go, oh, we've got no counters on it. You sacrifice it, you turn it into Marit Lage. So they're the two ways that we can just get a Dark Depths Marit Lage very, very early. So the rest of the deck is built around finding the lands and getting out as quickly as possible. So we do have a couple of Chrome Moxes just for ramp. We have 1 Burgeoning, one of my favourite cards in Commander or Brawl. 1 mana enchantment. When an opponent plays a land, we put a land card from a hand on the battlefield. So if we have it in our opening hand and our opponent obviously plays lands, we can just ramp a bit. The other one is the other one is Exploration, kind of similar, but it just lets us play multiple lands a turn. So this is obviously really helpful. Then Crop Rotation. We basically have sacrifice land and we search a library for a land card, put on the battlefield, and then shuffle. So any land, so we can search for Dark Depths or Thespian Stage, doesn't enter tapped either. Then Elvish Reclaimer is a bit similar. It's a 1 mana 1/2. Gets +2/+2 as long as there's 3 or more cards in our graveyard. I don't care about that, but we can pay 2 and tap it, sack it. Same as Crop Rotation, we have to sacrifice a land and search for any land, put on the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. So another way we can find Dark Depths or Thespian Stage. Then Once Upon a Time, also a Brawl favourite. 2 mana instant, but if it's the first spell we've cast in the game, we may cast without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of our library, may reveal a creature or a land card from among them, put them to our hand, put the rest in the bottom of the library in a random order. So great, again, right at the start. Look in the top 5, maybe find a Vampire Hexmage, maybe find one of our lands we need. Sylvan Scrying, very straightforward. 2 mana, search library for a land card, put it into your hand. And then Iceland Explorer obviously lets us play lands from our graveyard, may pay additional land on each of our turns, and whenever a land enters, we mill a card. So obviously this is really good because if we do get a Marit Lage and our opponent removes it, we can then just replay Boy in the Iceberg from the graveyard and go again. And next up we have 2 Copies of Shoulder's Edict. This is for the mirror match. As I said, a 2020 flying indestructible is quite hard to defeat, although not as hard as it used to be, making our opponent sacrifice it because often it'll be the only thing on the battlefield. Dismember for just some other removal, and then 1 copy of Grim Tutor to find any card we need. You could go Demonic Tutor. It's 2 mana, you don't lose 3 life, but I don't have any of those and I only have 1 mythic wild card left, so that's why I've gone with Grim Tutor and only 2 Chrome Moxes instead of 4. Mana base is actually really important beyond obviously Thespian Stage and Boy in the Iceberg. Urborg turns all lands into swamps as well as additional types. Yavimaya does the same but for forests, and then we have 1 swamp, 3 forests, 2 overgrown tombs, verdant catacombs, and a strip mine, again mostly for the mirror match. So the way you do it by turn 2 is turn 1 you play a Boy in the Iceberg, turn 2 you play an Urborg, That turns Boy in the Iceberg into a swamp, so it can tap for black. And obviously Herbal will be a swamp, so it can tap for black. You then play a Vampire Hex Mage, and then you immediately sacrifice it, remove all counters from Boy in the Iceberg. And Boy in the Iceberg, Dark Depths is not a transforming card, so even if you tap it, you sacrifice it while it's tapped, the token will be entered untapped. So that is how to get turn 2 Marit Lage. There are some other ways to do it as well, like if you have a turn 1 exploration, and then like you can have Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, basically 4 mana by turn 2, and do it that way. So also there's a couple of ways to do it by turn 2, but doing it by turn 2 or 3 is very, very doable. And yeah, 2020 flying indestructible, while not as hard as it was to defeat, it's still pretty tough. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a very, very expensive deck on the wild cards, and I think in real life it's like $1,000, I think, for a lot of these cards. So yeah, not one to really play often. It's going to be quite a short video as well, because once you've seen the interaction, it's all there is. All there really is to it. But I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like, subscribe, and I'll give a shout out to my patrons, the Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. We go first. We have a way to find Dark Depths, but nothing else really. I mean, this is better. We will put back a Then on Catacombs. We will Overgrown Tomb, and yeah, for now we might Crow Mox Dismember away, but let's see what we draw. Well, now we definitely Crow Mox Dismember away, because then we can play that, sack that, turn 2, not too shabby. Yep, he's a big boy. What have you got, Star-Lord? You need a sacrifice effect. Yep, no. We go first with a lot of Sylvan Scryings. Does Once Upon a Time hit what we need to? Can even use Sylvan Scrying to find a strip mine if we need to, if our opponents are playing a similar deck. Or is our opponent roping at the start for some bizarre reason? There we are. All right. Well, I think we take the Vampire Hex Mage, seeing as we can get Dark Depths with Sylvan Scrying. Mistfort Bridge, so an artifacts deck. So we'll get another Overgrown Tomb, Sylvan Scrying for Boy in the Iceberg. So they kind of know what's coming. Obviously, we do have a blue mana. No, we don't. We don't have to do this at instant speed, sorcery speed, so I think let's just wait until their turn. And then we can dismember a Vault Scourge to get it out of the way. Well, that's annoying. I don't know why they tapped out. Did they think Vexing Bulbul would... Do they think Vexing Bulbul would stop the Marit Lage token? Yeah, there we go. It was really odd. You see the Dark Depths in play, you just hold up Strip Mine. Because as soon as we target it, they can just destroy it. Final goes first. We need Urborg for a turn 2. Maybe once upon a time can find it. We are in the mirror match. We did not find Urborg. Oh, Ancient Tomb. They have 3 mana. Whatever the hell that is. Well, they can get a land back. And unfortunately, we now do have the Soldier's Edict. What else do they have? They have an Icehead Explorer. Well, we need to find Vesuvian stage with that. Her. We'll take out that Icehead Explorer. Sylvan Skyline does put it into hand, not onto the battlefield. Oh, an Innkeeper's Talent. No creature. Or have they got one? Oh, Branching Evolution. Well, I think if we crack this, get down Icehead Explorer. And there's the Thespian stage. Unfortunately, I would love to get a exploration. There's a Cami. Are those going to level up all the way? Yep, they're killing themselves. Get a forest. There's another Sylvan Scrying. Well, let's get down the Thespian stage. Oh, we can get down both. Because of Ice Hill Explorer, obviously. We'll remove all counters from our Dark Depths. Now, we've not seen any black mana, so hopefully they don't have a Shoulder's Edict. They're not holding one and a swamp in hand just in case. But obviously we can replay Dark Depths from our graveyard because Ice Hill Explorer, and use Thespian stage to turn it into another Marit Lage. Wish they used original art for Marit Lage, not a avatar. And I think will cause our opponent to nope out. Like a big baby. It's always fun, isn't it? Oh well. And they do have a additional time extension, I mean. I've been up against Roper for a while. So I didn't play a lot over Christmas, but it's didn't go. I had one last week that was an obvious Roper, but yeah, so kind of annoying. At least we can just attack in next turn for lethal. There we go. There's another Thespian stage. There we are. Bit of a bad end to what was otherwise a pretty decent game.